Tony Buzbee, who represents the claimants from Houston against Deshaun Watson in the civil suits. I want to point out, all but one of those has been settled at this point. So he held a press conference with the expressed idea of trying to put some pressure on the NFL to up the suspension. There's without question. I mean, he had some of the claimants were there. They felt like they were not being respected by what the NFL did. I'm not quite sure why they're that concerned about it at this point. They've settled most of their civil lawsuits. I'm not sure why Buzbee called this, but he did have a message for the NFL, and here is Tony Buzbee.
We are here today with a message to the NFL. That message is simple and hopefully clear. Every victim of sexual assault is watching Robert Goodell and the NFL right now. And this idea that Mr. Goodell is going to hand it off to someone else, independent, we don't buy it. Mr. Goodell, what will you do? It's never too late to do the right thing. And that's what these women and those watching are expecting.
All right, again, it's Tony Buzbee, and yes, he did call him Robert Goodell and then referred to him as Mr. Goodell. You can't do that if you're going to do a press conference and you're this master PR guy. You gotta get the guy's first name right. But I get the message that he's trying to send. I just question why you're getting involved in this at this point.
No, I don't even know. I couldn't even begin to explain the whole circus around this situation. Look, we knew it was going to be a circus when we traded for him. I don't think people were quite in step with the characters involved around this situation, right? Because it's one thing with Deshaun Watson, but the people who are surrounded, it's Rusty Hardin and Tony Buzbee. And from everything that I've heard from people who follow Texas law, this is like the two wackiest guys in that whole scene going at it. So it's just a weird one. I have no idea. I honestly just want this whole thing to be over with. And I think a lot of Browns fans just want a resolution at this point, right? We have followed and played along with this process since March. We have followed and tried to predict and be responsible with what is in the CBA and all of this to see what the projection is going to be on the team. And now we're in a territory to where anything could happen again. And it's just exhausting. There's going to be a ton of grandstanding here on both sides of this because, remember, Deshaun Watson is, at this point, still maintaining his innocence against all of these charges, whether you believe him to be innocent or not. It's a circus. It's a complete circus here. And, it's as easy to tune things out, but I don't know what Tony Buzbee's going for right there. I don't think that was successful in achieving anything that he wanted to achieve there, right? I think he just kind of looked like a goof right there.